Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Voice Cast, where we take a look at your favorite animated characters and figure out which voice actors played them the best, the worst, and the weirdest. I'm your host Justin, and with me always is Will.
Hello everyone. Unfortunately, we don't have a guest this week because the Phantom Father got asked to be the local judge at the nearby bar's dick measuring contest. He's head judge. Probably because he knows a thing or two. I wouldn't know. On my business.
I sometimes ask him for help, so I know that he's qualified.
Yeah, they need someone to hold the ruler.
Anyway, this is part 3 of our Batman month, going through every Batman voice actor to have ever reached for a microphone before.
Every single one. Whew. Batman is a very toothsome subject.
Yeah. But of course, we do highly recommend you down in the comments below letting us know who is your best, worst, and weirdest out of all the voice actors we talk about this week. Oh, I want to bring up... I just got this comment. I watched this video a while ago about Lonnie Manella, who she's done some work around. She's, if I believe so, she's a couple of the Koopalings now, of voice actors who you don't necessarily know, but it's just one of them who kind of fills in the gaps. Probably one of her most iconic / infamous roles was the voice of Bubsy in Bubsy 3D.
Oh boy.
So, you know, me, like 6 years ago, for this video celebrating this voice actress's career, I just write a comment, and it all started with Bubsy 3D. Yeah.
And what'd they tell you?
Well, I got some nice comments at the time, like, it's cursed.
Cursed.
But then, this was 6 years ago when I made this comment. 3 hours ago, I got some fucking guy being like, no, her first video game role was for a stall. And I'm like, fuck off.
You mean a stall?
Fucking... It's this old video game, I don't know, but it's like, you fucking dork. Who can I would just... It's clearly I'm trying to make a joke here, because Bubsy 3D is such an infamous game. Will, I don't know about you, but I don't bother to respond to a comment, even if I'm interested in it, if it's from at least a month old. Because, you know, they're a completely different person by then. It's like, they don't care.
Yeah.
But this dude gave enough of a shit to nerd-splain me 6 years in the making, and it took me a second to be like, oh fuck, I did comment on this. God damn. Some people, man.
Yeah, dude.
Anyway, we're starting off with Daran Norris.
Wayne Enterprises has gone all out. Fully holographic training simulations. You'd be surprised, Superman. These holograms are made of solid light. They feel real to the touch. As real as you and me. That control panel is holographically disguised as a rock. If I can make it there, I can shut this place down. It's over, Joker.
One of my favorite voice actors of all time. This man has been an ever-present person in my childhood. Starting from when I first heard him in the days of Fairly Odd Parents, Digimon Frontier, and Dot Hack. In Digimon Frontier, he is Mercurymon. In Fairly Odd Parents, he is the voice of Mr. Turner and Cosmo. In Dot Hack, he is the voice of Pyros and Pyros III in GU. And he's also the live-action actor in Ned's Declassified for Gordy, the janitor.
That's the first time I realized about him.
But then he's also done a lot of other things, like Dirge and Ki-Adi-Mundi in the Star Wars The Clone Wars Tartakovsky series.
He's a guy that's always there, and you never expect him. He's like a ninja.
This man, Jay, he was in the Spectacular Spider-Man, he was Jay Jonah.
Oh, I love that portrayal of him. So good. Before I get deeper into it, though, he played Batman in the 2010 DC Super Friends short, The Joker's Playhouse, directed by Ciro Nieli, one of my favorite animation directors. This is a dude who worked on the original Teen Titans, Super Robot
Monkey Team, Hyperforce, go!
And the 2012 Ninja Turtles show for Nickelodeon. just a real auteur, and this short was a lot of fun. An episode of Joker taking control of the Hall of Justice's VR and just causing a muck. And the superheroes that you all know and love have to band together to stop him.
And as a Batman, Daran Norris, he is pretty good. He's a bit of a callback to the Kevin Conroy in attitude, where he's calm, cool, and collected. But this Batman seems to be more busy-minded and less nuanced.
I think he channels Diedrich Bader very well.
He very much does. And I like that. It's a very refreshing Batman.
Yeah, it's a bit generic, but he has a lot more character than Olin Soul, which you have to consider because he was the original Super Friends Batman.
Yeah.
At the very end, Batman's like, okay, we have to clean up this mess, and everyone and all the Super Friends do that kid thing where it's like, I gotta go, bye. So...
And then he gets
Batman
all grumpy.
No, he just kind of smiles about it. He's like the dad who's like, man, I love these kids, even though I get annoyed by them sometimes.
Which is very much like Gordy from Ned Declassified, where Ned, Cookie, and Mose would make major fucky wuckies, and he'd just be like, well, at least they had fun. And then he had to clean up the mess. Literally.
Yeah,
he's the janitor.
Great show.
Great show.
Great short. Not much to say about it. It was just good. It's just a good performance.
Speaking of something that was a show, Justice League Crisis on Two Earths is where we're going next time. And with one of the Baldwin brothers, one of the illustrious four, we have William Baldwin.
What did you hide on my satellite? What was so valuable that the crime syndicate would cross dimensions to get it? If we're really alike, you know this is wrong. You must have been a good man once. There is a difference between you and me. We both looked into the abyss. But when it looked back at us, you blinked.
He looks like he's perpetually staring into the sun.
He does. Maybe he's perpetually staring into the ass of his brother, because he seems to be the Baldwin brother that's a little bit behind the others.
Yeah, I can see that.
Well, the only other major thing that he voiced, he was Johnny 13 in Danny Phantom, aka the Ghost Rider. Literally. He had a ghost that caused people misfortune, and he drove around on a flying motorcycle.
You can call it his stand, probably.
Yeah, he calls out his stand.
Is that too gay? Is it too gay to say that Danny Phantom has JoJo stands?
No.
He's alright. I don't know. I wasn't feeling this one.
He was definitely just a Hollywood choice. Like, if we get a Baldwin on this, then, oh boy. Oh yeah, we're gonna get the major moolah. Because you also had people like, James Woods as Owlman, Josh Keaton.
The one that really does bring out how weird of a cast this is Mark Harmon as Superman, who he's the main dude in the show NCIS, which I watched when I was younger. My dad loves it, so it's like, okay, I mean, why not? I guess.
Oh, we got Jim Meskimen, aka Slavic Batman as Captain Super, and Carlos Arazraki as Breakdance. Yes, Breakdance.
I did like this movie though. I watched it once. I enjoyed it.
It was definitely a show to me. I wasn't too into it. Oh, Josh Keaton is Aquaman.
Yeah, it's alright.
A lot of the Justice League stuff after Unlimited, it kind of gets wishy-washy.
Yeah, I can see that. It feels more like a product, just like the new movie every year thing.
Yeah. Overall, not too bad.
Nah. I mean,
a lot could be desired from Baldwin.
Yeah. I mean, granted, you're up against James Woods, who is always amazing in any voice role he does. So it's like, it's kind of hard to compare.
Very. Underperformed in his own movie.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of underperforming, or over-considering, we got Gary Barton in Little Big Planet 2.
Sack boy, huh? I was a boy once. An innocent, naive, happy boy. Luthor still has Superman captive. Without help, the the Mechalex will become operational, and Superman will be destroyed. There it is. The Hall of Doom. Okay, punch it!
Who also voiced Judge Bergen in Final Fantasy XII, General Wellington from Corpse's Bride, and Mr. Rockchewer from Neverending Story 3.
Oh, that one. Thank God.
3. I thought, listening to this with my eyes, because I thought this was a Steve Blum role.
Why hasn't Steve Blum ever been Batman?
Why hasn't he?
It's like the perfect thing.
Happy boy. This Gary Martin puts on a fucking spot-on Steve Blum impersonation in this fucking role. I swear to Christ.
I thought it was cute.
I don't really like Little Big Planet that much. So, I mean, it was a good attempt, but it was definitely just a, hey, look at this cool thing to sell a game. Ha 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 ha.
Yeah.
It's cute. It's Batman trying to be cute, but also really like dark and gritty. But it's just like, unless you have the volume way up, it just sounds like guttural noises.
Yeah, you know, out of all the video games to have voice acting, why Little Big Planet? It's the most jarring thing in the world.
Sackboys don't talk.
Especially when you have these really abstract-looking characters that are just piles of shit, that are just, like, talking in a British accent. I'm just like, okay, you can have Stephen Fry the narrator, fine. But why have voice acting? I don't even think it adds to... I mean, I think the way that the lips flap is kind of funny because it's like a sock puppet. Also, I just wanted to address that line that he says where it's like, I was a boy once. It's not even a joke. It's just like, get it? Batman's moody.
He was Happy Boy. Happy Boy.
I mean, it's a spin-off voice actor. And, like, there's nothing I can really say about it. But moving on, we got...
Ben McKenzie from Batman Year One.
Ladies, gentlemen, you've eaten well. You've eaten Gotham's wealth, its spirit, but your feast is nearly over. From this moment on, none of you are safe. You can never escape me. Nothing harms me, but I know pain. I know pain. Sometimes I share it with someone like you.
This movie is so strange.
Ben McKenzie's only other voice acting role would be Detective James Gordon in Gotham.
Which is very ironic, considering that Batman Year One is actually a James Gordon story through and through.
And...
have you not seen this movie?
No. But as it is a James Gordon movie, with James Gordon taking center stage, the Batman does sound very side stage.
Yeah, Batman is barely in this. They only call it Batman Year One for the sake of marketing.
Yeah, for the same of branding.
It's a good movie, and I guess it still kind of fits, but it's kind of upsetting that you can't sell just James Gordon in the title of something. Because this is a very satisfying movie where it's like, not only does James Gordon have to deal with this asshole narcissist dude on the force who keeps bringing him down, who he eventually beats the shit out of through Sherlock Holmes-esque analysis, which is awesome.
It is like the in-depth calculating.
Yeah, exactly. Like
first he's gonna do this.
Like foreshadowing, like okay, I've got to watch his stance because he's a big guy, so he'll like swing down on me like that. It's awesome. And even a subplot where he's having an affair. It gets wild, and Batman is just there just like, hi, remember, this is still my movie.
And likely so. Underperformance from Ben McKenzie.
Yeah, I mean, the performance is wooden, though, I mean, it's Batman trying to get used to being Batman, so I guess that's understandable? It's these kind of gray areas that I hate, you know?
Yeah. Speaking of something that's far beyond the gray, actually, that's on the gray scale, but far beyond gray, we're covering Plastic Man, with Kevin Michael Richardson as the Bat.
One dark night, I finally caught up with Eel. Party's over, Eel. You're a smart guy, O'Brien. We could use you on our side. You're a slippery one, Eel. That's how Eel O'Brien got away. If you see him, tell him to keep his nose clean. And give him this.
Kevin Michael Richardson. This is a legendary voice actor. Ironically, he voiced one of the Jokers in the past.
One of my favorite Jokers.
The Beast Joker.
And the only black guy to voice Batman, at least so far.
Yeah, no, he's also voiced him before in the Riddler short, where he plays Batman and Bruce Wayne.
I love it. I think it's great.
Oh yeah, definitely. Michael Richardson knows how to ham things up just right, while also keeping within, like, his voice.
Just very heroic.
Like, he's Cleveland Brown Jr. in The Cleveland Show. In American Dad, he's the principal. Black Manta from The Brave and the Bold. He's also Morgan Freeman in the Jimmy and Timmy Power Hour 2.
What?
Oh, and Antari from Super Robot Monkey Team Hyperforce Go. Hey, twice in the same fucking episode.
Yeah.
Ah.
I mean, not to put race into it, but just the black guy voice actor who always comes in, has a great job, just being a big booming voicing guy, and I love him for that.
He's got a lot of range for his wacky, notable. Like, when you hear him, you know that's Kevin Michael Richardson. But it's a good performance. He's an overall amazing performer. And that is very evident in Plastic Man.
I mean, this Batman kind of takes a back seat, I think, to everything else that's going on, but it still is just like, I'm Batman, I have a great presence, and I am fucking huge.
It gives a very similar Daedric Bader attempt at the role, where he's a little comedic, but, like, respectfully so.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we went to a down spike of middling portions, then we went up to an up spike. And continuing the up spike, we have Kirk Thornton in Batman of Shanghai.
Hand over the scroll, Bane.
Where it's a very cool looking, probably my second favorite Bat design.
It's a great looking short. Catwoman is so fucking hot in this.
Yes, she does. Also, Bane looks fucking goofy as shit, and I like it. Yes, Kirk Thornton. I actually bit my own tongue on that. Klein from Sword Art Online, aka Best Character, Fight Me. The game's shitty anyways. Kisame from Naruto. And funnily enough, he also voiced a Fist of the North Star character. Daran Norris voiced Ray in the original English dub, and he voiced Toki in Fist of the North Star Lost Paradise.
Oh shit, Gabumon, I forgot about that. Has that reboot come out yet? We should watch that.
The reboot of Adventure 1?
Yeah.
No, thank you. I'm burnt out of Adventure 1. Very burnt out. Like, shut the fuck up about Adventure 1! Shut the fuck up!
What's wrong with Adventure 1?
It's good! It was good the second time! Stop bringing it up a fifth time! This is the fifth fucking time!
Too much nostalgia?
No, that's fucking milking a dead horse!
I agree with that. I mean, you don't...
All this effort in fucking reviving Adventure 1, you could turn Cyber Sleuth into a fucking anime!
Oh, right, that video game.
Cyber Sleuth's a great fucking game! And it's very anime! Make it a fucking anime! Don't give us Adventure 1 for the fifth fucking time!
I think they should make Frontiers. I think they should make Frontiers too. Don't you think so?
They should at least do a fucking revisit to both Tamers and Frontier and give Data Squad a little bit of a revamp. You know, focus on the rest of the fucking things.
Shit, you watched Data Squad?
I liked Data Squad!
Was that the one where the Agumon was with the other kid?
No. This is a different Agumon.
Yeah, I know it's a different Agumon, but...
It's the guy where the guy literally gets the ability to digivolve his Digimon by literally punching a Digimon and transferring its energy, and then turning into Geogreymon.
You know what always annoyed me about Digimon was just it felt inconsistent the way that Digivolving happened. You know,
and to be perfectly honest, the way that Digimon's always evolved due to a surge of data. It's just that in Data Squad, there's natural data energy going through the air. So, for example, both of Marcus's other partners can pull the energy from the air, and that's how they digivolve their Digimon. You know, they literally grab the execution code.
Okay.
In Adventure 1, they use the devices to activate the codes. You know, boop, 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 activate code. In Adventure 2, they did the same thing, but then they also had upgrades, side grades with the eggs, which were basically just executable programs. And you could switch and swap between them, too. And in third, you needed Digimodify. You needed the cards. So, when you needed the cards, that's the execution program. In Frontier, they had to produce it from their own code, because by being entered into the digital world, they had their own innate kind of data. And using their data, they awakened the beast spirits, or the ancient spirits, the legendary warriors. Except for the ones that were natively Digimon. That's why they don't need the devices, they just transform automatically. Because they are living data. They have the executable inside their coding. And in Data Squad, you needed to collect enough for an executable program. Since Marcus didn't know how to do it on a whim, he had to steal it from another Digimon by literally punching it in the face. I'm just saying in the face is just a hyperbole of what he does. He hits the fucking thing. And that was a good series. Yeah, I'm sorry, I just get really heated about Digimon.
I didn't realize.
Yeah, Kirk Thornton. Great Batman. Great job.
Not much, he doesn't talk, but still, great short, love it.
Well, he does talk.
He says like 2 words.
Well, with few words, he does get the tone down.
I agree.
He doesn't have the gravel that Batman is stereotyped, that character that usually actors are typecasted for, but he does have that. He does have his own unique flavor of dark, deep voice. It's a subtle but appreciative taste.
Remind me of Crispin Freeman, actually.
It does.
This strange hybrid of gentle, but still also can kick your ass.
Gentle and stern.
Although I have to be very stern about the next one, Sean Shemmel sucks as Batman.
A petty thief wouldn't have been able to crack the master's safe.
Master Bruce, I know more than anyone how much that necklace means to you.
This isn't about the necklace. She was dusting for fingerprints in the manor, Alfred. Usually it's the cops who dust for prints, not the crooks. I want to know what's going on. Looks like she's in a limo.
Sean Shammel's just a weird case. He's known for voicing Goku mostly. He was also Velian Crawler in Yu-Gi-Oh! GX, and Gaston in the original Berserk dub. Erwin Gonard in Kappa Mikey! Also Scar in Wu Lin Warriors! God, I hate that show, and I hate what they did to fucking Thunderbolt Fantasy.
That's the new one from the Monica guy, right?
No.
I know that there was a new one of those from that guy, though.
No. The creator of Wulin Warriors originally created an action puppet drama in China called Thunderbolt Fantasy.
Okay.
Thunderbolt Fantasy was very marketable as it's literally puppet work. So making puppets is very easy. And since 4 kids thought that was profitable, they adapted it over in the States. And then they created Wulin Warriors, which had Matt Hill. There's a character who's supposed to be his thing is he's supposed to be very fucking silent all the time. He's quiet, but because dead air, hey, let's get a pizza. I won't shut up about fucking pizza.
It really sucks that Americans cannot respect silence. Did you know that Miyazaki movies had scenes that were silent, but when it was dubbed over to America and localized, they actually added music into those scenes?
Yes.
It's such shit. We should do comparisons on all
dumb.
those Studio Ghibli films, though, because I know that they have more than one version. But yeah, just trying to do the Christian Bale thing, which I get it. It's a Dark Knight Rises mobile game, so it's like, what do you expect? But still, it's like, are you really here for this? Are you going to be excited to hear Well, maybe there's someone who get excited to hear Goku voicing Batman, but it's just like the getting very deep and low, and this is the voice that I'm doing now. Can I have $50, please?
Yeah.
Have you ever listened to Goku? The voice, Sean Gemmel's voice for him is such an anomaly. He both sounds like an adult and a kid at the same time, and it's totally believable.
He can do a lot, it's just he does not do it.
No. We do have a good one, though, from RoboCop himself, Peter Weller, in the Batman The Dark Knight Returns movies.
Do you know who I am, punk? I'm your worst nightmare. The kind that makes you wake up screaming for your mother. You're in no position to negotiate. Let me show you. That was a nerve bundle in your deltoid. Might not have hurt, but you won't be moving that arm for a while. You don't get it, son. This isn't a mud hole. It's an operating table. And I'm the surgeon.
God, Alex J. Murphy. Stop clowning around, Joker, or there will be trouble. I'm sorry to rain on your parade, Harley. God, I wish they would have given more opportunities to fucking do RoboCop one-liners. That would have been fucking perfect.
God, the voice is so good. It just hits you so hard immediately.
Instead, while also his portrait on BTVA looking like Clint Eastwood, he also gives a performance like Clint Eastwood for Batman, which is very fitting, surprisingly.
How do you mean?
Who I am, punk. It's very Dirty Harry, and I love it.
Oh yeah. Has Peter Weller ever done like a deep voice like this before?
I'm sure he's acted in other things, but no, I hear RoboCop. I just hear RoboCop who had his speech reverberator amplified, so it's a lot of reverb and a lot more damp.
Okay. I haven't seen this. Well, I've seen the scene where he breaks Joker's neck. That's about all I've seen. Oh, and also him kicking the shit out of Batman, but I haven't seen this movie yet.
Uh-huh.
Have you? How is it? Is it good?
I didn't see it either.
Cool, let's move on.
Patrick Seitz in Batman 2013.
That is if you can hear him.
Yeah, barely.
Commissioner. I'll go after Freedom's Commissioner. And then I'll sweep the streets clean, Alfred. I'll repeal Randall's payroll. That's the idea, Alfred. I'll need that train as light as possible. You must have been confused with someone else.
I don't get it.
But, Patrick Seitz, for you fans out there. Endeavor from My Hero Academia. Barton Roche from Ni no Kuni. Frankie from One Piece.
Super!
And the English voice of Dio Brando. And for what we can hear amongst all the garble that's going on with it just sounds like a Kevin Conroy.
I don't hate it, but
I don't hate it, but I don't favor it either.
I'm not gonna. Yeah, exactly. I'm not gonna
ramp on it. It looks
like
a low budget production of what it was doing.
I'm not gonna. Yeah, there's not much to really take away from it. Although, Jesus Christ. Who the hell recorded this? Everyone else in this... Oh, right. This is the Batman arcade game from 2013, which I played it once and died immediately, so that's my experience with it.
All I knew it was a game. All I knew.
It was a fun game. Just like piloting a vehicle and stopping other of his Rogues Gallery's vehicles, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And for some reason, I'm behind the voice actors. All the audio clip for everyone else sounds fine. This one sounds like it was legitimately recorded in an arcade. Where it's like, how do you eat... God. One thing about this is that I only just realized Mr. Freeze, Penguin, and Scarecrow are all voiced by the original voice of Bubsy. Which, first of all, full circle, baby!
Hey.
also, I was not expecting this. Him voicing Bubsy in like 93, this really seems like one of those things of like, yep, this is all I'm going to do. Maybe 1 or 2 bit parts, but besides that, I'm going to go and work at Blockbuster for the rest of my life until it closes down. So, you know what? Cool. Got a paycheck, got to voice some great villains. Oh, right, but we were talking about Batman. Whatever.
It's a whatever, Batman.
And I kind of feel the same way for Roger Craig Smith.
Alfred, who do you see when you look at me? The boy whose shoes you used to tie every morning? The teenager you drove to his first date? While you are here every night, I am out there. The only thing between the innocent and the predatory. No, not maybe. I am. When the mugger or the thief stops to think twice, that is fear. That is what I am. That is why they hired assassins, because I am the reason the criminals breathe easier when the sun rises. So no, Alfred, I am not in over my head. Tonight will not be my end, but it will be theirs.
I like his Roger Craig Smith. Daedra from Sonic the Hedgehog, most and foremost. Sonic, the most modern, except for the movie. Voice of Sonic the Hedgehog. Daedra from Naruto. And, surprisingly,
Captain America.
Captain America. It's definitely him trying to do his own thing, but stay in the guidelines, you know, the well-defined lines. But he does a good job at being an independent. I would consider his own smaller category in, like, the big 3 comparisons. He's like an in-between of Conroy and Vader.
Honestly, I haven't given myself enough time to think about it, but yeah, I get that. I mean, Roger Craig Smith is a great voice actor.
Yeah, he seems like a really cool dude, too.
And the way that you kind of put it, it is, yeah, but it's like, what can you do with Batman at this point, you know?
I mean, this was Arkham Origins, so it was a continuation of the Arkham series.
God, I hate that game.
I don't like
how is it? It's baffling how boring it is. I don't get it.
Because there's all that space and nothing to do, and the combat is not satisfying to go through.
It's so bizarre. Because when I played it, I was like, am I just sick of the Batman Arkham combat? And I went straight back to City. I'm like, nope, I'm just having an awesome time here. Which, by the way, Arkham Knight goes straight back to being boring again. Man, what a downfall of a series. Anyway, Batman in Origins, and I get it, he's a newer Batman, comes off as a massive prick, which ironically is the most variety that I get out of Smith when he is voicing Batman.
He's kind of a dick.
He's a dick, but you know that he's trying to be a dick.
Yeah, like Sonic.
I mean, for the love of God, there's a scene in this game where Alfred tries to get him to stop, and he's just like, no, stop, this is how I cope with my parents' death. And Alfred fails to stop him. And I'm like, don't bully Alfred. I like Alfred. He's just looking out for you, dude.
Yeah, but sometimes you gotta protest against your parent.
Yeah. I mean, I guess for that, I like Craig Smith because it did make me legitimately pissed off at this Batman. So, great job that you caught a reaction out of me. But everything else, I feel like it's just kind of, I don't know.
It's definitely independent.
Not exactly the best cast that we've gone through this week, is it?
A lot of middling out. I can tell a definite worst.
Oh yeah, what's that?
The worst is McKenzie.
Really?
It's a tie between McKenzie, Seitz, and Baldwin.
Well, how else are you going to judge it?
For best, tie between Daran Norris and Kevin Michael.
Really?
Weirdest, Kirk Thronton. Really spicy. I call it weird because I can't classify it amongst because there's only like 2 seconds of audio, but holy shit, is it a fucking firecracker experience.
I agree.
You know, it's explosive, but then it fizzles out really quick. But if we're gonna discredit that, weirdest will go to Peter Weller as RoboCop. Now I want to cross over with Batman and RoboCop.
It's probably happened in the comics already. You never know.
Yeah, I mean they had one with TMNT.
I know there was a Superman vs. Terminator comic. Anyway, best is Oh, God. Oh, God. You know what? It's a tie between Richardson's and Weller.
Nice.
You fucking won me over, you prick. I'm doing ties now.
Ha ha ha!
Weirdest is Ben McKenzie because he is a Batman in a not Batman movie. And also the fact that he is strangely Jim Gordon in Gotham, but it's a focused on Jim Gordon movie here. And also Bryan Cranston voices Jim Gordon here, which he's great. But then when Batman v Superman came out, he was like refusing the role for some reason, like he didn't do it before. What's the deal? I don't know. It's a whole weird history thing that I might want to dig into. But weirdest is McKenzie, and worst I'm gonna give to Gary Martin, Little Big Planet guy.
I forgot he was a thing.
Yeah.
How did you feel about Norris, though? Honest opinion. As compared to everyone else.
I like it. He really has this natural... His voice is so good in so many situations just to be that natural, cool guy kind of thing. It's funny, though, because this isn't the only thing that's titled DC Super Friends. We're going to be talking about this next week, but there's another short series in 2013 called the same thing. So I started doing research on that one, where he's voiced by this dude, Mark Gagliardi. And so I listened to it and I was like, oh, wow, he sounds nothing like Daran Norris. Great job, dude. I don't believe it. like I was that stupid. But then I look into it and it's like, nope, it's the wrong one. And I look, and then I watch it, the real one, and I'm like, oh yeah, that's definitely Daran Norris doing Batman. Although I really enjoyed John Cassir as the Joker. Just, of course, I love John Cassir as these very strange characters, you know, just a very quirky type of guy. Of course John Cassir would be voicing Joker the same way he voiced Deadpool at one point. But Daran Norris, you know what it is? It is a great comic book voice. He is. Like the way that he's the perfect voice that you would want for a Super Friends reboot thing.
Yeah, I'm about to link in the general chat one of my favorite Daran Norris voices. It's just really silly.
I'll put that in the show notes for you people.
It's him being Pyrrhus III from .hack GU, where he is just over the top, really goofy and silly. He's grilled cheese, tomato sauce, grilled cheese.
Just a wonderful voice actor who I'm always happy to see.
Especially because he could do both live action and animated stuff. Now he just needs to know how to sing and dance, and goddamn, he'd be a triple threat.
Although I think he's doing pretty well for himself regardless.
Oh yeah, definitely. We love you, Daran. Please notice us.
And if you guys want to see us doing pretty well for ourselves, follow us on our social medias @TheVoiceCast, Twitter @TheVoiceCast1, and follow us on your favorite podcast platforms at anchor.fm/voicecasters. And we will see you guys next time for our finale of our Batman month.
See you all next time. Happy finale.
Peace out.